What is up, guys? Old Line Games here, back with another video, and today we're talking about some more tech news, specifically Amd Vega. Now, I think when everyone came around to Computex, you know, we hadn't seen much of Vega other than the Frontier Edition and a few leaked benchmarks, but no one can really tell if that leaked stuff is true or whether it's pure speculation. Now, I think a lot of people, including myself, had high expectations for AMD at this press conference they held today, that they were going to release some useful information, maybe price, maybe a release date, anything at all about Vega. But as we'll see later in this video, that's not necessarily true. Some people were being super optimistic, maybe hoping even for a full launch, but I think that might have been a little bit unreasonable. Anyways, so right now it's looking like Vega is still under production, and it remains to see the reason for that. Most people are saying it's probably because of the HBM2 stacks. They're pretty hard to produce, and they're probably in short quantities, like they don't have enough of them. So that would be one valid reason. And the other thing is, it's a pretty big rehaul of their architecture, so I'm not surprised it's taken a while. It's kind of annoying because I myself have been waiting a pretty decent amount of time for a GPU upgrade. I have a 960 right now. It's fine. It's perfectly fine for 1080p. But it's getting to the point where I'm having to start to turn down some settings, maybe to medium, maybe to low in some games. Like CS:GO, it'll run fine. Rainbow Six Siege will run fine, but some of the other games I'll have to turn down the settings a little bit. I noticed that particularly during the Ghost Recon Wildlands beta. If you didn't check out, I did a benchmark of it. I think it was on medium settings only, and it only got 45 frames per second, which is kind of disappointing. So if I want to upgrade my monitor to 4K or buy a higher refresh rate one, I'm definitely going to need a better GPU. There's no question about that. So I was kind of holding off to see Vega, and you know, summer's coming around. I'm going to have a lot more time on my hands to play games, and you know, it'd be pretty sick to get a nice upgrade right now. But unfortunately, we really didn't get that much information about Vega, and in this conference there was plenty of information about Threadripper and stuff, so if you're more into those kind of CPUs, don't be disappointed. There's plenty of information about those, but this video is strictly about Vega, and the only small glimpse we got to see was 2 Frontier Edition cards in Crossfire with like a 32 core AMD Epic, whatever the heck that was, running a Prey at 4K, which, to be perfectly honest, isn't super impressive. Like, it's a 32 core CPU, so I don't really see any bottlenecks there in terms of core count, and if it's running at a decent clock, it shouldn't bottleneck the GPUs at all. And then a 1080 or 1080 Ti, maybe even the 1070, should be able to run with just a single card. They should be able to run Prey at 4K 60 FPS. So I'm just kind of confused on why they needed 2 cards. Like, is the performance that bad that you need 2 of them to just play Prey at 4K? They should be easily running on 1 card if Vega's everything it's hyped up to be. Secondly, they're using the Frontier Editions, which have been specifically said not to be the optimal. They have been specifically said not to be the optimal Vega gaming cards. Like, the AMD executives have been saying, wait for RX Vega, don't buy one of these cards for gaming, which I agree with because it's a deep learning card. So that's another question. Why aren't they using an RX Vega chip? You know, all this kind of stuff. Like, why couldn't they just bring an RX Vega card and actually play the game on a single card? It's just kind of irritating. And the one thing they did mention is that Vega will be launched at SIGGRAPH.
That the Radeon RX Vega will be launched at SIGGRAPH at the end of July in Los Angeles for 2017. And again, we chose SIGGRAPH because we believe that for high performance graphics and all the content creation capability there, that this is a perfect place to showcase the Vega product line.
But SIGGRAPH's another month away easily. It's July 30th. No, it's about 2 months away if you think about it, because it's July 30th to August 3rd. So it's really far away. It's another 2 months. We have to wait so much longer for Vega, and it's really annoying because I could have just bought a 1080 by now or a 1070 by now. 1080 is a little bit expensive, but I could have bought a 1070 by now, and that would have been perfectly fine. I would be running all my games at higher resolution, higher frame rates, higher settings, and I wouldn't have had to wait for this. So it's kind of irritating. So now I'm kind of stuck in a position where, hey, do I just wait it out another 2 months, or do I get a new card now because I'm going to be playing a lot of games this summer? You know, it's kind of irritating how AMD just couldn't launch these cards, but hopefully this is what I'm praying for, is that they've been waiting for a solid reason, and they are going to launch a much more polished product that just blows NVIDIA out of the water. Now, they're probably going to blow Pascal out of the water if they're taking this long, but that remains to see how they'll perform against Volta, because NVIDIA's already got Volta going. They're producing Volta chips. They have the Volta deep learning card, so I don't know how AMD is going to stack up against that. Again, if they go in with the same mentality they did with Ryzen and just offer it at an insanely low price point, okay, I'll be glad I waited this long. But if it's going to be within like $50, it's just a long time to wait. It's just kind of stupid. Now, I'm hoping that performance is better and prices are lower, but I don't know. If HBM2 is this hard to come by, this hard to produce, I don't see that happening, because if there's already a shortage, why would they sell it for less? So that's all I'm gonna say about that. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you guys want to see more about Vega, please leave a thumbs up, and make sure to comment your thoughts on Vega, your thoughts on this press conference. Also, make sure to get subscribed for more tech news and gaming content on my channel. And that's gonna be it for today. Peace out, guys.